Apparently, no one is immune to embarrassment. And these cringe-worthy moments from the world's most powerful leaders prove it. So stay tuned to watch the blunders that made history. Back in 2016, Jimmy Fallon did the unthinkable. He asked to mess up Donald Trump's famous hair on live TV.
Can I mess your hair up?
And Trump said yes. It was part comedy, part curiosity, and totally unforgettable. During a diplomatic meet, Narendra Modi extended his hand toward German Chancellor Angela Merkel, but she turned away, missing the cue entirely. What was meant to be a handshake became an international cringe clip. While greeting locals during a visit to a village in southeast France, French President Emmanuel Macron got more than a handshake. A man suddenly reached out and slapped him across the face. Security lunged in, the crowd gasped, and the moment instantly exploded online. Fidel Castro delivered a stirring speech at a graduation in Santa Clara in October 2004. But as he stepped down, his foot caught a low step and he tumbled hard to the ground. Security rushed in, and moments later, Castro reappeared on state TV, bruised but defiant, saying he was all in one piece. During a 2006 summit, George W. Bush casually walked up behind German Chancellor Angela Merkel and gave her an unexpected shoulder rub. Her startled reaction said it all. Let's just say it wasn't exactly peak diplomacy, more like a presidential surprise spa moment caught on camera. On Feb 11, inside the Oval Office, Elon Musk's 4-year-old son XE completely stole the show. While Trump and Musk were all business, X had other plans, telling Trump,
"This is from one year to the next, are the same."
Cameras rolled as he added, "You're not the president." Trump had no choice but to just ignore whatever the little boy just said.
Is to restore democracy.
Donald Trump took the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, nominated by Vince McMahon, Mike Tyson, and even Homer Simpson. The icy deluge got Trump flinching and flapping like he just met a ghost. At the 80th D-Day anniversary, Biden walked to his spot, paused, then looked ready to sit. But the chair wasn't there. What followed was a brief hover and some classic confusion before being gently guided to the real seat.
Commander-in-Chief was also caught on camera making a series of gaffes during the ceremony.
Pakistani Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif was trying to gear up for a serious conversation with Vladimir Putin, but his earpiece had other plans. While adjusting the headphone during the SCO summit, he fumbled, flipped it, and finally gave up with a defeated, Putin couldn't help but chuckle at the whole scene. And honestly, same.
Уважаемый господин премьер-министр, идет перевод, все нормально?
Mid-speech, North Korea's leader paused as a tooth freed itself and dropped to the podium, visible to every camera. He kept talking like nothing happened, but the cringe was universal. Kamala Harris leaned in for a respectful handshake and got ghosted.
For your work. Thank you. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
At the swearing-in of Senator Deb Fischer, her husband Bruce, eyes glued to his Bible and cane in hand, he subtly stepped back.
Thank you.
Sure.
Back in September at the Quad Summit, Biden wound down his speech, then went silent. He asked the staff, "Who's next?" forgetting he was supposed to introduce Narendra Modi. After an awkward pause, an aide rescued him and Modi took the stage.
Who's next?
Distinguished guests, the Prime Minister of the Republic of India.
At a solemn police memorial event, Boris Johnson found himself in an unexpected showdown with his umbrella. As wind flipped it inside out, he wrestled it like it had a mind of its own. The ceremony was serious, but the umbrella drama had everyone stifling laughs. Theresa May had just started her gig as Prime Minister when she confidently marched up to the wrong car, realized it mid-step, gave a quick pivot, and headed to the correct ride. Classic new job, new jitters energy. Even world leaders mix up their Ubers sometimes. As Trump reached out for a handshake in Warsaw, Poland's First Lady breezed right past him and went straight for Melania. For a second, it looked like a diplomatic snub caught in HD. The pause, the hand in the air, the quick save. It was awkward, meme-worthy, and pure internet gold. During a Security Council event, South African President Cyril Ramaphosa had an unexpected enemy, his own flag. As he stood, a gust of wind sent it flapping straight toward him.
Of the Security Council of...
And a moment, it looked like a sneak attack.
That was quick.
Sorry.
While visiting a grocery store in 1992, President George H.W. Bush reacted with visible amazement at a barcode scanner. The media jumped on it, painting him as out of touch with everyday life.
That famous campaign stop where Bush Sr. was discovering, if you will, the wonders of the supermarket scanner. He'd never seen one before.
President Trump's attempt to dance to the Village People's YMCA at his campaign rallies quickly became a viral hit for all the awkward reasons. His stiff moves and serious face made it clear that grooving might not be his strong suit, turning what should have been a fun moment into a cringe-worthy yet oddly entertaining spectacle that social media couldn't stop laughing at. Angela Merkel was all set for the NATO group photo, posed, poised, and perfectly punctual. But Berlusconi? Busy chatting on his phone like the summit could wait. Merkel stood there, hands folded, clearly unimpressed. It felt less like diplomacy and more like being ghosted at prom. Awkward with a capital A. At a White House event, George W. Bush joined the Cancun West African Dance Company, and let's just say rhythm wasn't invited. With stiff moves and a big grin, he gave it his all. It was awkward, hilarious, and surprisingly endearing. Joe Biden accidentally called Kamala Harris president during a public event, sparking a wave of jokes and criticism. The slip-up quickly made headlines, with opponents seizing the moment to question Biden's mental sharpness.
Won't that be fun? I'm not being facetious. Well, President Harris led this effort. Vladimir
Putin may have thought he was making a point, but Angela Merkel's eyes told a different story, literally. At the G20 summit, just as Putin leaned in during their exchange, Merkel let out a world-class eye roll that was all caught on camera. No words needed, just one epic glance that summed up every exhausted conversation ever. In a truly bizarre moment, the US president turned, smiled, reached out, and hugged the air. No one was there, but the handshake and hug happened anyway. Cameras rolled, jaws dropped, and the internet had a field day. Was it a ghost, muscle memory, or just another mystery moment in politics? Sweeping into Minneapolis-St. Paul in 2018, President Trump boarded Air Force One with an unwanted accessory, a flap of paper stuck to his shoe. Cameras captured his oblivious climb as advisors tiptoed around telling him. Once aboard, someone discreetly plucked it off. The internet couldn't resist. Another presidential moment turned meme gold. On January 8, 1992, during a formal dinner in Japan, President George H.W. Bush suddenly slumped forward and collapsed into Prime Minister Miyazawa's lap. The moment stunned everyone. Medical staff rushed in, but cameras kept rolling and captured the moment. At the Global Fund Conference in New York, Biden wrapped up his speech, then suddenly looked unsure where to go. He paused, turned around, and scanned the room like the exit had vanished. The crowd looked on as he seemed to ask for directions. Let's just say, graceful exits weren't on the agenda. At an event on June 1, 2016, Obama's teleprompter glitched mid-sentence instead of cueing his planned jab at Trump. The crowd chuckled as the malfunction turned a snarky moment into an awkward pause for improv.
If we, you know, a bunch of okey doke, just because
At a Mar-a-Lago dinner, Elon Musk turned heads by ignoring people and balancing a fork and 2 spoons on one finger like it was rocket science.
Elon, what the hell are you doing?
The typo became an instant internet meme. Donald Trump fired off a late-night tweet that read, "Despite the negative press, Kofifi."
Donald Trump is tweeting late at night at 12:06 in the morning. He wrote a tweet that said, "Despite the negative press, Kofifi."
And just like that, the internet broke. No one knew what it meant. Was it coverage? A secret code? A typo?
And people went insane, because no one knows what that means.
During a hurricane recovery briefing in Florida, Trump praised Melania's support, saying she really wanted to be with us, while she was literally standing right next to him.
Melania really wanted to be with us. It's really touched her heart what's gone on, and we've seen the devastation.
At a Black History Month reception, David J. Harris Jr. went in for a friendly hug, but Trump wasn't quite on the same page. The half-hug, half-handshake moment turned into complete awkwardness.
Donald J. Trump, honor. God bless you.
During a live COVID briefing in Denmark, the head of the Medicines Agency suddenly collapsed while speaking about the AstraZeneca suspension. The room froze as officials rushed to help. What began as a routine announcement instantly turned into a viral, jaw-dropping moment that left viewers stunned across the world. During a working trip to Arkhangelsk in May 1996, President Boris Yeltsin found himself swinging, literally, on a wooden swing at a folk art museum. In what looked like a presidential impromptu playground visit, he pumped the swing like a kid at recess. Unexpected, a bit awkward, and absolutely unforgettable. After the viral smack moment, Brigitte Macron gave us another headline moment, this time while exiting a plane. As President Macron offered a hand, she casually waved it off and handled the steps solo. Whether intentional or not, it felt like a silent mic drop. This is one dominant shake everyone fear. It doesn't matter who is in front of him. Trump made sure everyone got the full force of his grip and the message that he was in control.
Awkward.
At the 2018 Trump-Kim summit, North Korean TV aired a moment that quickly went viral. Trump met a North Korean military official, and what followed was a bizarre mix of handshake and salute. The hesitation, the confused gestures. It was part diplomacy, part dance move, and pure presidential awkwardness on global display. At a hurricane relief visit to Puerto Rico in October 2017, Trump took center stage, then proceeded to physics Ed one-on-one by launching paper towel rolls into the cheering crowd like t-shirts at a game. The stunt, meant as outreach, quickly backfired. Critics called it tone deaf, defenders joked it was fun, and it instantly became a viral meme. Right in the middle of a serious live interview on SABC, the chair just gave up.
The opportunity for proper engagement, actually, after the tabling of the...
The chairperson of South Africa's Finance Committee suddenly dropped out of frame. Literally. Turns out, the chair couldn't handle the pressure.
The opportunity for proper engagement, actually, after the tabling of the...
Jacob Zuma launched his presidency with a speech meant to inspire, but things went sideways fast. Struggling to say, "in the beginning," he mangled it repeatedly on live mic, and it left the audiences cringing and chuckling.
In the beginning, in the beginning.
At a Connecticut gun control forum, Biden finished his speech, then dropped the unexpected sign-off.
All right, God save the Queen, man.
The line puzzled the room, and he paused awkwardly, seemingly puzzled on how to exit. It was a classic Biden moment. Part gaffe, part endearing, totally meme fuel. At a Nwamitwa Day celebration in Limpopo, South Africa, Deputy President Paul Mashatile suddenly weakened at the podium and collapsed mid-speech. The sun-scorched afternoon turned alarmed as aides rushed to his side. He later recovered, but that moment of disorientation and sudden fall was a startling, live event shock.
And reducing inequality by 2030.
Boris Yeltsin stepped onto the rally stage with big energy and even bigger dance moves. What followed was a flurry of wobbly arms, unpredictable footwork, and a rhythm all his own. The crowd roared, the cameras captured every second, and history got one of its most unforgettable presidential dance breaks. At the World War I armistice anniversary, Trump found himself seated next to the King of Morocco, who appeared to be fast asleep. Cameras caught Trump throwing a long, side-eye stare as the king snoozed beside Melania. It was awkward, unfiltered, and instantly turned into a meme-worthy moment of royal nap versus presidential glare.
Les morts des autres nations que jadis elle a combattu.
Trump glares while the king naps. That's a damn good metaphor as we keep watch over Europe.
Uganda's retired general and first deputy prime minister, Moses Ali, tried to show he's still got game. Literally. At a football event, he stepped up to kick off the tournament. One misstep, and down he went. Guards rushed in, but the moment was already goal-worthy. Just not the kind he hoped for. America is a nation that can be defined in a single word, Biden began. Then everything fell apart.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was in the foothills of...
What came next was a stumble into a Himalayan story with Xi Jinping and a claim about traveling 17,000 miles. Maybe. The sentence lost its GPS, and so did everyone listening.
Himalayas with Xi Jinping. Traveling with him, I guess we traveled 17,000 miles when I was vice president. I don't know that for a fact.
Right before the G7 summit kicked off, Macron leaned in and whispered something to Giorgia Meloni, and her face did all the talking. From raised brows to a blink of disbelief, the reaction was instant meme material. Whatever he said, the internet had a field day filling in the blanks. Trump stood on the White House balcony during the 2017 solar eclipse, then did what every safety warning said not to. He looked straight at the sun without any eye protection. Advisors shouted, cameras flashed, and the internet lit up. Science lost, but meme culture scored big that day. Bill Clinton's eyes looked suspiciously closed during Hillary's big acceptance speech at the 2016 DNC. Sitting next to Tim Kaine, he nodded off just long enough for cameras to catch it, turning a serious moment into an instant viral hit.
It won't be easy or quick, but make no mistake, we will prevail.
In 1990, Trump stormed out of a CNN interview with Charles Feldman, ripping off his mic mid-chat. The tension boiled over fast, turning a serious talk into a walk-off moment. Years later, he repeated the drama on 60 Minutes. Guess leaving interviews halfway through was always part of the Trump playbook. Awkward, yet unforgettable.
I think we have enough of an interview here, Hope. Okay, that's enough. Let's go meet for 2 seconds, okay? Thanks. I'll see you in a little while. Thanks.
Be careful.
In a surprising move to connect with younger voters during his 1968 campaign, Richard Nixon made a cameo on the popular TV show Rowan and Martin's Laugh In. With a mix of awkward charm and an attempt at being hip, he delivered the now famous line. The moment caught many off guard, showing Nixon trying to step into the youth culture spotlight.
And I think this is the time and this is the place to take off the gloves and sock it to him.
While touring NATO, Trump casually elbowed Montenegro's prime minister aside to claim the front spot. It was a blink and you'll miss it moment, unless you were the internet. The quick nudge, full of classic Trump confidence, exploded into memes, jokes, and slow-mo replays. Boris Johnson took a zipline ride to celebrate the Olympics, but halfway through, he just stopped. Mid-air, dangling like a patriotic piñata, waving little flags while everyone below cracked up. He looked like a confused superhero who missed his landing. But hey, credit to him, he hung in there, literally and proudly.
It's going well, it's very, very well organized. What they do, get me a ladder.
As Obama spoke at a women's conference, the presidential seal suddenly crashed to the floor. Without missing a beat, he glanced down, grinned, and quipped. The crowd laughed, and so did he, turning a presidential podium fail into a smooth, off-the-cuff win.
Not sustained. Whoops. Was that my, Oh, goodness. That's all right. All of you know who I am.
In the middle of a 1992 town hall debate, President George H.W. Bush glanced at his watch while a voter asked a serious question. That quick peek seemed to scream, "How much longer?" The moment instantly became a symbol of disconnection and a lasting meme of political awkwardness.
Yes, how has the national debt personally affected each of your lives?
In 1992, Bill Clinton ditched the typical politician image and showed up on the Arsenio Hall show, wearing shades and playing sax. With Heartbreak Hotel echoing in the background, he turned late-night TV into campaign gold and made the saxophone cooler than it had been in decades. While recapping his Asia trip live on national TV, President Trump suddenly paused, not once, but twice, to gulp down water. The dramatic reach, the focused sip, the awkward silence. It was less of a speech and more of a hydration break that the internet couldn't resist turning into a meme.
17,000 jobs. Thank you.
They don't have water. That's okay. What? Oh, it's okay. Oh. Japanese manufacturers, Toyota and Mazda.
As Joe Biden stepped off Marine One, he wrestled with his jacket like it was fighting back. Just when he managed to wrangle it on, his sunglasses slipped right off. Thankfully, First Lady Jill Biden was there to lend a hand, because even presidents have wardrobe battles that turn into viral gold. In a surprising moment at a White House hunger conference, Biden paused mid-speech, looked out at the crowd, and asked, "Where's Jackie?" referring to Representative Jackie Walorski, who had lost his life a month earlier. The room froze. Cameras caught it live, and the clip immediately went viral.
Senator Booker, Representative Jackie, are you here? Where's Jackie? I didn't think she was going to be here.
During his visit to Angola, Joe Biden got a warm welcome. Well, mostly. After a brief handshake with Toali's Gilbert, Biden seemingly skipped right past the Brazilian president without notice. Cameras caught the moment, and let's just say, it sparked more buzz than his speech did. When gossip took over headlines, Lucy Kibaki stepped up, literally. Standing right beside President Mwai Kibaki, she made sure his message landed. I have only one wife. No drama, just a firm delivery that shut down the chatter in seconds. It was the most composed mic drop in Kenyan political history.
And I have only one wife, and everyone in Kenya knows it. But the media keeps repeating about my having another wife or wives. I want to make it very clear that I have only one dear wife, Lucy.
Right in the middle of the formal setting at George H.W. Bush's funeral, George W. Bush leaned over and passed a piece of candy to Michelle Obama. The cameras caught it, and just like that, a small, sweet gesture lit up the internet. Grief paused for a second of pure human connection. While filming mean tweets, Obama read one that called him the worst president in U.S. history. He paused, raised an eyebrow, then coolly smiled it off. It was a perfect mix of grace and shade, showing even presidents get roasted online.
President Obama will go down as perhaps the worst president in the history of the United States! Exclamation point at real Donald Trump. Well, at real Donald Trump, at least I will go down as a president.
At a Paris meet and greet, a teen casually called President Macron Manu, like they were old pals. Macron wasn't having it. He paused, corrected him, and reminded the kid it's Mr. President. Just goes to show, even world leaders draw the line at nicknames.
Voilà, tu es là, dans une cérémonie officielle, tu te portes comme il faut. Donc tu peux faire l'imbécile, mais aujourd'hui, c'est la Marseillaise et le chant des partisans, tu m'appelles Monsieur le Président de la République ou Monsieur.
During Trump's 2017 inauguration parade, something odd stole the spotlight. His bodyguard's arm. It looked stiff, almost fake, like it wasn't even attached. Within hours, the internet ran wild with third-hand theories. Was it a decoy limb? Or just a weird angle? Either way, it totally upstaged the parade. While Obama was deep in a serious interview, something odd crept into view, a strange shadow lurking just behind him in the window. Viewers caught it fast, and the internet lit up with creepy theories. Glitch in the camera? Or did someone, or something, crash the moment?
For their use of chemical weapons, deter this kind of behavior, and degrade.
While speaking at a rally, Trump flailed his arms and altered his voice to mock a New York Times reporter with a disability. The imitation sparked immediate outrage. Critics called it cruel and unnecessary, while Trump denied mocking the reporter. Still, the footage circulated everywhere, and it became one of his most infamous moments.
Written by a nice reporter. Now the poor guy, you got to see this guy. Oh, I don't know what I said. I don't remember. He's going like, I don't remember. Maybe that's what I said. This is 14 years ago. They didn't do a retraction.
In a classic display of presidential power posing, Trump and Macron engaged in a bizarrely intense handshake outside the Oval Office. Trump gripped hard, pulled Macron in close, then kept the handshake going, complete with pats and tight arm angles. It wasn't diplomacy, it was a handshake duel that everyone instantly dubbed tug of war. While hyping up the crowd at a PDP campaign rally in Nigeria, things took a sudden turn, straight down. A few party leaders stepped too far and boom, down they went on stage like bowling pins. The crowd gasped, then laughed. The energy was high, the footing, not so much. Obama was heading onto Marine One when he totally forgot to salute the Marine at the door. A few steps in, he stopped, turned back, and gave a quick salute. Oops, caught on camera. Just one of those relatable, my bad moments, proving even presidents blank out sometimes. George W. Bush's unique way of saying nuclear as nuclear sparked years of jokes and parodies.
Suzanne, it's nuclear arsenal.
Nuclear arsenal.
Whether it slipped out during speeches or press conferences, people couldn't help but laugh or wince. It became such a Bush-ism. Even comedians started using it as a running gag across late-night shows.
Suzanne, it's nuclear arsenal.
Nuclear arsenal.
Nuclear arsenal.
Nuclear arsenal.
Vice President Dan Quayle's attempt to correct a student's spelling turned into a political facepalm. He told the kid to add an extra E to the word potato. Yep, potato. The clip exploded nationwide, and the blunders stuck with him forever. Just one letter, but it cost a whole lot of credibility.
Add one little bit on the end. Just think of potato. How's it? You write phonetically, but there you go.
Sarah Palin once said she could see Russia from Alaska, and whether it was geography or just a wild metaphor, the internet ran with it. That one line snowballed into endless memes, skits, and jokes, proving once again, political quotes never stay quiet for long.
I believe that diplomacy should be the cornerstone of any foreign policy.
And I can see Russia from my house.
Putin treated Erdogan to ice cream at the Max Air Show in Moscow, but the sweet moment didn't end there. When Erdogan asked, and Putin replied with a grin, "Of course, you're my guest." Ice cream diplomacy turned into meme magic, showing world leaders playing it chill. At the ASEAN summit, Trump tried joining the classic crossbody group handshake, but missed the memo on timing. He twisted, reached, and totally fumbled the move. Cameras caught it all. And just like that, the serious summit got its viral conga moment. Not quite diplomatic, but definitely memorable. While testing a mic, President Reagan casually joked, "We begin bombing in 5 minutes."
I've signed legislation that will outlaw Russia forever. We begin bombing in 5 minutes.
Classic off-the-record moment, except oops, someone hit record. And during the Cold War, yeah, not the best time for jokes about bombs. Let's just say a lot of people weren't laughing. That mic test turned into a full-blown international facepalm.
I've signed legislation that will outlaw Russia forever. We begin bombing in 5 minutes.
At the 2016 White House Correspondents' Dinner, Obama wrapped up his roast like a total boss. With a smirk, he said, "Obama out," dropped the mic, and walked off like it was the series finale of his presidency. The crowd lost it, and the internet still replaying it like it just happened.
Obama out.
Nick Watt, ABC News, Washington.
Is that Trump? Selling pudding in Pakistan? Yep, that's the question people keep asking when they see Salim Baga pushing his Kheer cart through the streets of Sahiwal. With his blonde hair and serious Trump vibes, he's got folks doing double takes and taking selfies. Salim, who has albinism, says business has never been sweeter. Honestly, if Trump ever needed a pudding spokesperson, this guy's already running the campaign, one sweet scoop at a time.
Donald Trump, sir, you have won the election. Now visit here and eat my Kheer. You will really enjoy it.
Let's move towards our subscribers' pick of the day. Remember that viral clip of Joe Biden standing behind Stephanie Carter, holding her shoulders a little too long and whispering in her ear? Some saw it as a gesture of support. Others called it uncomfortable. It quickly turned into a meme and sparked debates about personal space and intent. What do you think? Harmless moment or crossed a line? Let's talk about where we draw that boundary.
Got a lot of thanks to give out here.